it has pulled back a little bit. So, all right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. This afternoon, I want to go through Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. So Bitcoin is having a bit of a down day, so I want to go through the chart, make a few changes because I think there's some new patterns developing. Let's take a look at where we think that's going, and then we'll take a look at some miners in specific to see if there's any opportunities. First, I'm just going to run down the list of what the miners are doing right now. We're very near the end of the trading day, Thursday, November 4th. So Bitcoin on the day is down 2.91%. For the most part, the miners are behaving fairly well versus a down day here in Bitcoin. Bitfarms is up 4.53%. This is the fourth green day in a row for Bitfarms. Bitfarms has been behaving extremely well since they released their operational update on November 1st. So HIVE is at exactly 0 right now on the day. CleanSpark is up 0.55%. Marathon is down 1.07%. Argo Blockchain is up 0.29%. HUT is down 4.76%. RIOT is down 1.4%. Cypher is down 4.82%. Bit Digital is down 2.26%. Any is up 4.34%. And GREE is down 2.12%. So you'll see not big variations. Most of these are plus or minus just 1 or 2 points with a few exceptions. Definitely the standout today for sure is Bitfarms. It's now up almost 5%. Early this morning, it was up 10% on the day. So Bitfarms seems to be having something of a rally. Conversely, Bitcoin is a little bit stuck in the mud. So I want to make a few changes to the chart. So let's take a look at the chart. I'm going to delete a few lines and I'm going to add a few lines. So those of you who watch the channel know I try to only add and delete lines with you in a video on this channel so that you can follow along. The blue line at $61,576, which is this right here, this was a very short-term line of support. We crossed over this on November 2nd, which was just a few days ago. We did hold that right here, and it seemed to hold up again right here early this morning. However, at 11 o'clock, it did not hold up. It's such a short-term line that I'm going to delete it because the chart did not respect this line, and so I think it's of no value. Now I've zoomed out a bit. I want to get rid of one other line. So this was October 20th. This was our all-time high where we were at about $67,000. From that point, there was created a line of resistance, which we bumped into here, and we had a little fake out right here, and then we crossed over this line and broke out of this trend at 2 a.m. in the morning on November 2nd. So since then, this line has not come into play anymore. So this was another short-term line of resistance. It's broken. I don't believe it serves a purpose anymore at this point. So just to keep the chart cleaned up, I want to delete this one too. Okay, so that is what Bitcoin is not doing. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out what it is doing. There's another very short-term trend. So I'd like to add a couple lines and for a short-term trend, and then I'll let you know what I think is going on. Okay, so I've added two new lines. You'll see these two green descending lines creating a descending channel right here. So this starts at the bottom of this candle, which was November 2nd at around 5:45. So since this candle on November 2nd at around 5:30 in the morning, we have basically stayed between these two green lines in this descending channel. So right now we're about $61,192, which is right here. We just bounced off of the bottom of this line. We didn't quite get to the top of this line at 10 o'clock this morning. So you'll see we do have 1, 2, 3, 4 touch points, almost 5, almost 6. So this has been clear resistance, and this seems to be support. We're currently hanging out here real close to the bottom of this line. I consider this consolidation. So again, for those of you new to the channel, I am bullish on Bitcoin at this point. I think we're in the middle of a bull run that started on September 29th. I think it's got legs. I think it's going to go till the end of the year. But as I've said many times, inside of these bull runs, there are pullbacks. So There's times of consolidation. There's times of slight pullbacks. From just 2 days ago to where we were a few minutes ago, that's a 5.5% pullback. So that's pretty typical. These 4, 5, 6% pullbacks happen regularly. 10% pullbacks are really very small in the crypto world. Now, when we get to 20% or more than that, now we're in a full-blown correction, and we got to start thinking about, is this a big pullback in a bull market, or have we turned bearish? So none of that's on the table for me right now. I am buying all the dips. Again, they've been mostly 4, 5, 6%, and here we are at about 5% right now. So having said that, one of the things we could do is kind of trade sideways inside of these lines for really the next couple of days. But if it does do that, each time we get near the bottom here, I'm going to use that as a buying opportunity for some of the Bitcoin mining stocks. And we will look at those next and talk about which ones. So I've zoomed out a little bit to the 1 hour candles so that you can see I've got a yellow line here at $59,625. That dates back to May 10th. So that was a line of resistance for 6 months. So I've switched to the 2 hour to show you that we did cross that line back on October 15th. And you will see that, here's a few candle wicks that tested it. It held up right here. It held up again right here on October 24th. There was this that I have been calling an anomaly. It went below and then came straight back up. It respected this line again on October 31st and didn't quite get to it the other day, and a little bit of a flash crash on November 3rd. So to me, this line's starting to feel like gravity. And as we head down here, I'm starting to suspect that we are going to go down and test this line. And I believe we will bounce off of it and head back to the upside. And again, I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know which of these scenarios is going to happen. Bitcoin can do whatever it wants, as you guys well know. But this is really starting to feel like it's got a pull. We've been heading down for a little while. This is a fairly clear pattern that's happening. So I'm looking at maybe bouncing off of this $59,000 yellow line again. That is a very strong line of support, so I do not expect to go below that line. But I think it's very possible that we're going to test it. And if we look from the top a couple of days ago, if we do go test that line, that's still only going to be about a 7% pullback. So that's pretty close to in the range of what's been going on. In fact, it's probably the healthiest thing Bitcoin can do. That will give things time to cool down for a minute so that we can take the next leg up. So that's how I'm looking at the Bitcoin chart. Let's take a quick look at a few of the Bitcoin miners. Since September 29th, we've actually hit 2 price targets on HUT. We had an original short-term price target of $10.50. We hit that on around October 8th, and then we had a price point of $13, which we tested several times. Once, twice, 3 times. 4th time it did break out of this, and now we're clearly above this $13 price target. So I had a super short-term price target of $16. We almost got there 2 days ago. But you will see over the last few days we've had a little pullback. That's about, just a little less than 8%. So HUT doesn't get a lot of pullbacks. This has been a very strong run up. Yesterday's pullback, I said, was a buying opportunity, and I did buy some options yesterday. And today, again, down another 4%. I believe this is another buying opportunity. I think we're going to get to this $16 price target very quickly, and we're going to be sitting in a situation where next week we have to set a new short-term price target, in my opinion, on HUT. Okay, this is Bitfarms. So like I talked about earlier, Bitfarms has been on fire since November 1st. They put out their operational update and their mining update, and it was very good. You'll see from its low on November 1st to its high earlier today on November 4th, Bitfarms has run up over 42% this month. Now, it has pulled back a little bit. So we're at about $7.17. We were at about $7.57 earlier in the day today. I did not buy any Bitfarm because for those of you who watch this channel, basically almost every day in the month of October, I was buying Bitfarm. So I've got more than a full position. However, I do believe this is only a short-term pullback, and you'll see, I believe we're headed up towards this $9.76 number, which is much higher. So that's more of a 2 to 4 week price target. There's a little bit of a pullback here. I'm not buying because I'm already overloaded on Bitfarms, but you guys can make your own decision. Okay, so this is HIVE, and again, you'll see that on September 29th, that was our recent bottom that began the bull run. So on September 29th, this was trading down around $2.50. So in a little bit over a month, just maybe a month and 3 or 4 days, HIVE is up over 75%, and it was up even more earlier this morning. So that's a 75% run in, like I said, just a few days more than a 1 month period of time. So that is a gigantic run up, and it ran right up. If you look, our price target was $4.44. It did run right up and touch that. It actually candle wicked past that this morning as Bitcoin was a little higher, and this has pulled back as well. So it's now just underneath that. But we're basically hitting our price target right now. And it looks like we have hit that today, so we'll see if this holds. If it does, this line dates back to February 19th, and that is HIVE's all-time high. So I'm expecting HIVE to move to that in sometime in the next 2 to 4 weeks. So again, not financial advice. You guys do whatever you want with HIVE, but my price target's $5.51 for this. The last miner I want to look at is RIOT. RIOT has been sideways for about 3 days. Just prior to that, RIOT had a nice 20% run up, and then since then, it's been kind of going sideways. From where it is right now to my price target is about a 24% increase, and again, that's my short-term 2 to 4 week price target. So to me, RIOT looks like it's at a good spot. It has cooled off over the last few days, but so has Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down 2.68% right now as we speak. So all these miners that we looked at are actually behaving very well considering the last few days of Bitcoin's activity. So we'll finish up by just zooming in on the Bitcoin chart. These are 15-minute candles. So you can see we've put a bunch of green candles together in a row here. However, we're still well inside of the trading range that we discussed. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Are we gonna stick in this trading range for a bit? Are we gonna break out to the downside and bounce off of support? Or you never know. We could just run straight up. We are in the middle of a bull market, so all things are possible. Best of luck, everybody, and thanks so much for watching. Remember, please subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.